This video is brought to you by Jessie's Histories and Mysteries merch store. Get your Jessie fam products here. And also by my Patreon. I have 2 fun tier levels that help support my channel. Let's get on to this adventure. Welcome, Jessie fams, to Old South Pittsburg Hospital Part 2. If you missed Part 1, I would suggest watching that one first so you will be updated on where we are at in this investigation. There is a link above you can click on to go ahead and watch that. While I was there at the hospital, I had several people mention to me a story about a doctor that supposedly experimented on patients. After coming home and doing some research online on other paranormal investigators' websites, I saw that story as well and included it in part of the video on Part 1. I just found out by owner Ronnie D that this is not true. As a fact, this didn't happen. I apologize to him, the hospital, and everyone else for putting that in my video. For those that have been Jessie fans for a long time, you know that I would never intentionally put an untruth in my video. I do have legends in my stories, but nothing that is supposed to be brought up against fact necessarily. So, after getting that said and done, let's get on with this investigation. Tonight we'll be joined by Amy Bruni with Ghost Hunters and Kindred Spirits. She's going to tell us some neat tricks to ghost hunting, and I'm amazed at all the stuff we capture tonight.
ICU, which is behind the nurse's station. Over here. Oh no, you're fine. This hallway is one of the hallways they call the shadow hallway, which goes beyond those double doors down to where the ED, the geriatric, and the same-day surgery area. Up here, your hostess, Miss Amy. Miss Amy Bruni. So again, y'all remember this is your investigation. So party it up.
Welcome, class. So where were you guys so far? Okay, great. So then, do you probably talk? How many of you are like novices or have novices? Good. All right. So I just like to kind of explain a little bit like our ideas and our methodology when it comes to investigating. One of the first things I tell people is that I'll never speak in absolutes. I will never tell you I know exactly what a ghost is or what a spirit is. I just know what my experiences have been and what my theories are based on those experiences. So I was joking with the last group. I'm like, pretty much all I know is that weird shit happens. You know, like we have over the years, the way Kindred Spirits was kind of born was that we started noticing a pattern with activity where people were being told that maybe their houses had been cleansed or cleared, but then the activity kept happening. And so now our theory is that if there's an entity that's really trying to get in touch with you, there's usually a reason why. It could be something like, like on Kindred Spirits where the man's headstone was misspelled, or like if you've listened to John Tenney's talk, he has a really great story where this man's his fiance had died very young, and he'd never been with anyone after that, and never tried to get married again. But anyways, her engagement ring was lost. It was in the heater vent of their house the whole time, and once they found it, the activity stopped. So things like that. So there's usually a reason why they're trying to reach you. Also, we don't look at ghosts as novelties anymore. I used to walk into a place and be like, all right, I want to get scared. I want to have a crazy experience. And then I started kind of humanizing them and realizing, well, what if these are actual entities of people who have passed away and they're trying to get a message across? And I'm in here being like, do you know you're dead? And so we approach investigations in a more just kind of like you're walking into a party and you don't know anybody. It's like, hey, my name's Amy, how are you? And you'll notice that the people that get the most results are really just the really open, friendly ones. You know, like Doogie is super nice, you know, and just very outgoing, and there's never like this moment of, I don't know, you act like yourself, basically. I don't know what that was. Either someone who's agreeing with me or, so just remember to, if you do have an experience, it's easy to get startled, it's easy to get scared, but just remember that there's a reason why you're having it. They're trying to tell you something, or maybe you were just meant to have that moment. Don't assume you know who you're talking to. You know, you might come into a place like this or a jail, not like this per se, but if you go into a place like a jail or an asylum, you might think that you're talking to someone who's either disturbed in some way or is a bad person. You don't know. Just don't pass any judgment, because you never know who you're talking to, especially in a place like this where so many people pass through these hallways. You could be talking to someone who passed away here. You could be talking to someone who's looking for someone here. You could be talking to someone who has nothing to do with this building and just knows that it's a familiar place and has come back to it. So don't ever assume you know who you're talking to. I'm trying to think of any other of my cardinal rules. As you guys are investigating, just be super courteous of each other. You have a big space, thankfully, so it's easy to kind of stay out of each other's ways. But you know, if you make any noises or if you hear a noise, like a big truck goes by or something, just tag it. So if anybody's running a recorder, they'll know. You'll think you'll remember, but then you'll go back and review it. You know, 2 weeks from now, you'll be like, I don't remember what that sound was. So just tag everything. You can never tag too much. Even airplanes going overhead, whatever. Just say airplane, train, whatever. I think that's everything. Now I know I came here, actually it was interesting when he was giving me the little rundown here earlier, where he talked about shadow figures. I came here without knowing any of the activity, and I definitely saw shadow figures in this area, especially back here in this ICU section. So what did you guys do downstairs? Did you...
We had an Ovilus.
Okay.
An app and some EVP session.
Great, thank you. Okay, so I'm looking to see, now it's dark, I can't see what kind of equipment people have with them here. There's a lot of cameras facing me, recording everything I'm saying.
I have a REM pod, dowsing rods, SB7, and EMF pump with me too.
All right, can I see your SB7?
Okay. Get up. I've got it hooked to a speaker, and it sounds really good. I'm packing, sister.
Does anyone have any headphones by chance?
Are you wanting the speaker, or you want to do that thing that you do on your show?
That thing that I do.
That thing that you do.
I was thinking about it, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So I don't really have headphones that will work.
There's just the ones that you put in your ear.
Well, let me see the speaker. Let's play it.
It's ready.
It talks to me.
Waiting for connection.
Wow, it's a chatty speaker.
It is.
That's awesome.
I may be pressing one, but
Bluetooth mode.
oh, I gotta plug it
There
in.
you go,
That's
plug it
right. It's not acting right.
AUX mode.
I usually have it at 150 in reverse.
Oh, see,
And I
think
get a
everybody has
lot.
their preference. Yeah, I'm a 200 forward person.
Bluetooth mode.
Oh, shut it. Let's-
AUX mode.
I think it's ready
I'll
now.
play with it.
Yeah, and you spin it at the top, and it'll adjust the volume. You'll have to set it back to AUX. Okay, there it goes. It's being touchy.
Bluetooth mode. AUX mode.
Stop talking, dude.
Sorry for that. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the SB7, it is a spirit box, is what they call it. And are any of you guys familiar with Frank's boxes at all? So years ago, Frank Sumption was the man who kind of came up with the spirit box. He built these very elaborate wooden spirit boxes. But he stashed all kinds of things inside of them, like crystals and stuff. And Frank's idea was that he thought he was talking to aliens when he was using the spirit box. That's what he made them for. He was a fascinating man. He unfortunately died of a heart attack, like out of nowhere, years ago, maybe longer. But so his boxes are still out there. They're very sought after. But they kind of bore, like his boxes are what started this whole SP7 craze. And so I'm partial to the SP7. There's a lot of spirit boxes that have come out since, but I like this. The idea is that it just scans radio frequencies. And you'll hear it kind of blips through them. But you're looking for words that come through the kind of transcend the blipping, you know. The idea is that spirits can manipulate white noise and speak. I like to use these with headphones. I like to wear headphones and either have my eyes closed or a blindfold and then let you guys ask questions. Somebody thought something was funny. And then have you guys ask questions so there's no like confirmation bias. But we'll try it with the speaker first and we'll see what happens here and see if we can hear anything. So you can tell, like, you'll hear a radio. Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth mode.
I don't normally do that, guys. I don't know what it's doing.
I've had enough of your antics.
It's being bad today.
Hey, can whoever's messing with this fix it, please? Can you put it back the way it was?
AUX mode.
Thank
Bluetooth mode.
I need it to be that AUX mode. Can we do that? Like, I usually just assume you're messing with my stuff.
Probably, because they don't normally do that.
Can you make it go back? Because I'd like to hear. I can't hear.
AUX mode.
Oh, wow.
Bluetooth mode.
Bluetooth on your phone?
That's what I'm wondering. Is your phone connected to it with Bluetooth?
Mm-mm.
No. Huh.
It's not supposed to change unless you mash that button on the bottom to swap it. So, you know, we're not pressing it. So that's why I say it's a little bit weird. It says MC on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Bluetooth mode. AUX mode.
That's what I knew.
Bluetooth mode. AUX
Best laid
mode.
plans, you guys.
I know, right?
Bluetooth mode.
We had it. Why did I move it?
AUX mode.
Damn it.
I heard
Bluetooth
What did you guys
mode.
hear?
there's a kid, like, dude, he said he got bit on the second floor by a child.
Something on her ankle.
Yeah.
Like something like. Did it sound like a kid?
Yeah, I heard a kid screaming.
You know what's weird is I was thinking about that, about when I was talking to you guys earlier about who might be here. I wanted to be like, it could be a kid, which was random, which would make sense too.
I was just talking to a lady downstairs, and she was saying there's a lot of kids. There is. There's
AUX mode.
Buddy. Yes.
Bluetooth
So
mode.
have you? Okay, this is not happening.
I don't know why it's like I said, it don't ever do
All right,
that.
if you don't want to use this, that's fine. I'll turn it off. Okay, we're good. You don't have to use it.
AUX
Yeah,
mode.
no, we're done.
Yeah, yeah.
Now if that turns on by itself, we're done for the night. Okay. So you said there's a child named Buddy. Did you get an EVP of that, or?
We have actually had him talk to us.
Uh-huh.
He's laughed. We played tag with him.
Ring Around the Rosie. And the story is behind him. He actually had some rattlesnakes, and they were baby rattlesnakes, and he had found them in the yard and decided that he thought they were worms. He was around 5 or 6, and he had stuck them in his pocket. So when his mother found out they had bit him, she rushed him here to the ER. He died here. So.
Okay, so you've got like documentation of all
Yes.
this? Oh, that's terrible. That's sad. How long ago was that?
I'm thinking they were saying back
Is
in
somebody
the
sitting in that chair up there?
Right there, yeah.
Okay. I was like, what the word is that? I couldn't see.
Also, one of
Very
the other
quiet.
stories around here is the grounds used to be an orphanage that was destroyed by fire.
before the hospital.
Before it was the hospital was here, but there's no real record of if there were any deaths of the children.
Oh, that probably was.
But they feel that there are children back in that time, and I think that was well before the hospital was built in around 59. So that's another thing when it comes to the children.
Interesting. I would love to do some research on these things. Okay, so you know, that's why you guys know his name and everything. That's impressive. Let's just listen for a minute. Are you having things happen over here? Are you okay? You, because you were? Yeah.
She just thinks
No,
she's seeing something.
No, I kept seeing like something, like I keep seeing like it's not him, but something like passing on that hallway.
Definitely, and also right here in ICU. So this whole time I've been speaking to you, I'm watching things move through this ICU. So, so yeah, if you guys want to, you guys have this whole floor to yourselves. So if you guys want to go investigate, I'll kind of come around. But if I were you, because you have so many rooms, like I had someone in the last group. I had someone in the last group just go pick a room by themselves. I don't know if anybody's brave enough to do that, but a lot of when we're investigating is how you feel. And so I always tell people to just walk through. Don't concentrate on your equipment or getting EVPs, whatever, but just walk through and wait till you get that feeling. And then settle there. And so there's a lot of patient rooms and stuff. You can actually just go in and quietly do EVP work, but you can walk down the hallway and just wait and feel it.
I heard that too.
You hear them downstairs, but that's this other voice I felt like was up here. So you guys don't have a mic, right? No, that's fine. You have your phones. Yeah, your phones you can use as your recorder. I didn't bring any equipment yet, but I definitely use my phone as a recorder. And also as you investigate, you start to kind of veer away from equipment. Like, I love video cameras, but I also feel like sometimes if you're, no offense to you guys over there, sometimes I feel like when you're just staring at your viewfinder, you'll miss a full-bodied apparition walk right in front of you. Or, you know, and so sometimes I tell people to just put it away for a while or set it somewhere so you're not concentrating so much on that. Yeah, I definitely saw like that. I don't know what it was, 100%. So, but just as you're investigating, maybe if you go into a room, like set it in a corner and close it up and just investigate and like feel the space and listen and really experience it. Because I sometimes have a tendency, I get really involved in the equipment and then I forget what's happening around me or I'm not paying attention to what's happening around me. But I do feel like the building might be a little bit now. It was very quiet in the morning. So, all right, I don't know how much longer you guys have. So see how about.
I decided to take a picture down the hall. In the left, you can see a mist starting to form. Here's the next picture. You can see the mist on the right, and where it would be standing, you can see a black circle there. If you would like to see these more closely, I do have them posted on my social media accounts.
If somebody's down the hallway, can you like make a noise or a bang or anything like that? Did you hear that? Yes. What was it?
What was it?
It was like a. Is there someone down here with that?
We were hearing a hum on the first
On
floor.
the first floor.
Yeah.
I think there are some people in the ICU.
Here, I'm gonna walk down here and put the REM pod out and see if they'll mess with it. I got a toy for you. You might like. You can, when you come near it, it'll make it go off and light up. It's gonna make noise right now because I'm messing with it. I'm gonna put it right there for you. You can play with it if you want to. You want to touch it? Huh? Sure, go ahead.
I got Bill on the Oculus.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Papa Bill's right. How about that? That's wild.
That was me. Like I pushed on the rail. That's my bad.
Would you like to talk through the dowsing rods? Sometimes I know spirits like to talk through them better than the spirit box. Can you speak into my camera? Can you tell me your name? I probably had family that came to this hospital, more than likely. How'd you pass away? That red dot's going on, but
You gotta set the temperature change.
uh-huh.
So that was probably
It did seem like it got a little cooler for a minute. Could be my boots. Ah,
Is that me?
that's like a temperature change or somebody's touching it. there's somebody. I saw somebody sitting in one of them rooms. Okay. Would one of you care to film me while I do the dowsing rods? Or y'all got something to do?
You know, shine the light.
Just so, you know, this can be seen.
Yeah.
Can you center for me? Wait a minute, let me wipe the sweat off my face.
I have my recorder in my hand, so.
Can you center for me, please? I'd like to ask a question. How many spirits are here with us right now? When I get to the right one, can you cross the rods for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Whoa.
10. So at least 10? Okay.
Wow.
You have a question you want to ask?
Is it adults or children?
Yeah, I thought about that same time. Center, please. Are there any children here? If there are, can you cross the rods? Yeah. Can you center for me, please? Are any of these children, did they die in the orphanage fire? Is that him behind me? Or?
I don't know. I don't know who's behind you.
Surely that's somebody.
Oh, it's someone else. Sorry.
Freaking me out. Center for me, please. Okay. You please center for me. How old are you? Can you cross rods when I ask you? Are you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So around 4 or 5? Can you center for me, please? Okay. Do you have anyone here that plays with you? You do? That's good. Can you tell me, is there any bad people here? Maybe somebody you might be scared of. Oh. I'm sorry about that. I'll say a prayer for you. They won't bother you.
Now, how do you know if it was a yes or a no?
Usually yes goes that way and no goes this way.
Oh, okay.
Is what usually happens. Do any of y'all have any questions?
I don't know what you've
I don't
already
know if
asked.
someone else can hold this so I can go.
We're inside. That's probably my radio setting that off.
Oh,
We're in there 5 minutes out.
okay.
If y'all want to get back with Miss Amy and
Yeah.
her
Cool.
do some kind of closing.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What kind of response did you get out of the dowsing rods?
I got that there's a child speaking to me that's about 4 or 5, and they died in the orphanage fire. And I said, is there somebody here that's mean to you, like a spirit mean? And they said yes,
There's
that
one
they're
that's-
scared of.
Yes, there's one they're scared of, and it's kind of a,
Really?
yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna get this up off the floor. Okay, it's gonna make noise. Don't turn it off.
And I noticed there was a window open. Again, this is my second trip here. Renee turns around and hands me the keys and goes, go close the window. And I'm sure I looked at her like, you know, who, me? Because I had to come in here by myself. So I'm walking down the hall, and I get to that main intersection right there, geriatrics, and this main corridor, and same day. And as I'm walking, I audibly hear, it's just him. I had my recorder going at the same time. So when I got home, I was able to play it back and listen to it. And it was actually on the recordings. Following that, it was He's Okay. And then I came on down and... All right, we're on break now, so I'm going to wrap this real quick. I went downstairs, closed the window, and as I came back up and had to go out through the pharmacy, I'm walking back down that corridor, and when I get to that main intersection, I heard a growl. And on my recording, and my wife will attest to this because it was hysterical, according to her, is you can hear my footsteps the whole time. It's a normal cadence coming. It's a normal cadence to a point. Unfortunately, it didn't get the growl on the recorder, but you could tell the exact instant I got the growl because my footsteps got a lot faster going out.
It was very quick.
So we're going to go down this nice dark corridor and go down these steps and go out the front door for a 15-minute break. And then when we come back up, we'll come back through the center and come up the center stairs and go to the ED. Yeah. Thank you very much, Miss Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, Amy.
See you later.
Did y'all hear a bunch of clicking back there, like a door clicking?
The door locked.
Yeah, the whole time he was talking, that door was just a click, click.
Seriously, clicking is counting. I could like run a little voice. I was like,
Oh.
and I was just like,
If you look out this window right here, if you look out right here, you'll see it now, but that is the original.
What the? Scared the bejesus out of us.
This is the kind of the doctor's office area I told you about earlier. Remember, the one I told you that had the ring with the bully in it, I think it was this room right here.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not. It was one of these two rooms. And he was just very odd. Very...
Yeah, I think it was one of these back rooms, like
It was a third.
at the end.
Right. That right there, if you've ever seen the Haunted Hospital show,
Wow.
this is the lab that was the gentleman was talking about, because he was talking about this hospital. This was the lab where he saw the doctor. He come out of the lab and was working and saw somebody sitting in this area right here. He turned around and then turned back around and there was nobody there. So he really didn't think much of it, and he went back to work, back into the lab. And when he was back there working, he felt like he had somebody watching over his shoulder. So when he got up and turned, the doctor was standing there, and it was more of a shock to him than anything. And he kind of flinched and turned back, and he was gone again. So that's one of the stories that have been on that Haunted Hospital show. So if we'll keep going this way, we'll go down.
Lots of shadows through here.
fabulous.
Now, this area over here is the same-day surgery area. This area right here is closed off. It was damaged by a storm. This is the geriatrics area. This is the area where the lady's name is Miss Meredith. She's got a room down on the end, and she was always really about flowers and such. So every once in a while when you walk through here, you get this smell of fresh cut flowers. It's happened in the wintertime, it's happened in the fall, it's happened in the summer. Just a whiff of fresh cut
And
flowers.
also, if you go, when that wing opens, when you go in her room and talk to her and just, tell her, talk about flowers and stuff, you will start smelling that.
So we're going to move down this way to the east.
Okay, guys, start paying close attention to the inside of the rooms.
These rooms that we're passing now,
I don't know. It was weird.
these rooms that we're passing now, these are the actual old X-ray rooms that have the old X-ray machines in them.
Huh.
So That's X-ray. This was an old X-ray. This was the ambulance entry for the ED. When we come through, they'll bring them in, turning down this hallway. This was a.
Wait, did you catch that? Let's go back real slow. You can see as we look into the room, there's nothing in it in the corner left or that corner left. Now, as I start pinning back around with the blue light, you will notice something in the left corner of the room. You will see a man's pants, legs, and shoes. There he's forming, there he is, and then he reaches down to touch something. Let's take a look at that again. Nothing in the room at all. I saw nothing in the room at the time. Nothing for him to even be touching in there. We're going to kind of go real slow here, click by click. You can actually see something forming a little bit on the left before the light goes. There he is again. And we're going to have one more time of viewing it. And this is going to be a little bit slower. Fixing to come back around. Here you about see him right about here. And then all of a sudden you see him bend down and an object appears for him to reach to. There it goes. That part was so fast. And that was amazing. I even caught that. I was real excited to see that.
A triage area. I still haven't figured out what stuff was up back on the wall. On down this way is Miss JD. She's walking around the corner.
I get that a lot.
Miss JB is the one that I warned you about earlier. She's awesome. This room right here to my right is another X-ray room. This, now, when you go into the ED, I want you to think about this. Think about the size of this area, the area around us. This hospital served a large area. The next closest hospital, I want to say, was Jasper. And then there was one down in Alabama. And I forget which one was to the west. But this area, this hospital served a really big area. This is the ED that served this really big area. So if y'all just welcome to the ED. The area behind me back here, what looks like we'll be going to, is the pharmacy area.
And I'll take you guys back there in a minute. But come on in the ER.
Come on in and just take a look at this ER.
What is it? Oh my God! That was cruel, wasn't it?
I was waiting for it.
Where is it?
I forgot to tell you about the mannequin. May or may not have been purposely.
And off the chair.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey, I was the first one to see that mannequin, okay?
Honey, I'd have done it too. I'd be scared too. Oh, sorry.
Excuse me. All right, just think about this area.
Sorry.
And this,
Just letting
you get a car accident or you get something to where you've got multiple injured people. This was it. This was it. This was your emergency department. You had 2 beds. This was, and I don't know that this was a trauma center, but I'm sure they treated stuff and got them to a point to where they could be moved. And this is where they would do it. There are other areas, kind of observation rooms that they have that are down the hallway towards the pharmacy. And we'll open up one of those doors and just let you see the size of one of those rooms. So again, Miss JB is going to take over. I'm going to shut up and let y'all have fun.
It started.
But before we move,
Uh-huh.
I got one more story I'd like to share with you.
He's got stories, you guys.
And this was something that happened here at this hospital. There was a young boy, this goes along with the children thing, that came up here, I forget who he came up here with. The hospital was still under duress, under construction, renovation had been closed for quite some time. And somebody was up here working and they brought their son up here. And they weren't going to let the child come into the hospital. They were up here to meet somebody for some reason. And he was at the ambulance entry doors that I showed you as we come in. The young child kept saying, I need to go in, I need to go in. That man needs my help. That child was seeing what later had been determined, an individual that had been shot and was looking for help from someone here in the hospital. And that just kind of goes to attest that children see some of the damnedest things.
Yes.
Just because of their innocence.
It's true. And think about it. If your kid tells you that they saw something, what's the first thing? As parents and as adults, we tell them. Yeah, there's nothing there. So they learn to put it out of their minds. They actually stop seeing those things because we have told them that it's not real. So if you were never told that it's not real, can you imagine the type of shit we would be seeing? Wow.
And she just,
How many of you guys had paranormal experiences as children? Yeah, I figured. And how many of you guys as parents told you it wasn't real? Or you didn't say anything because you were afraid that somebody would tell you it wasn't real? See? So this is why this is why we hunt ghosts. Because for whatever reasons, we are not wired the same as everybody else to think that there's nothing there. Because in the back of our minds, we know there is something there. Just out of reach of eyesight. Just out of reach of earsight. Just there where you can't touch it. It's a fantastic feeling. So what you do is you hunt it till you can touch it. Or till it touches you. Or till it jerks you 2 feet backwards out of a chair. That happened to me. Until you can prove what's real and what's not. And unfortunately, being a pseudoscience, the likeliness of us actually getting something concrete it's very small, but it's enough for us. All right, so now we're going to learn about the Ghost Pro. You guys, when I tell you that this program is amazing, this program literally makes it so that you can paranormal investigate during the day. Because we all know that ghosts are out during the day, but why don't we hunt during the day? Can anybody tell me?
A lot of light from the outside, it causes shadows off
It
of
causes
anything.
shadows, that's right, that's exactly right. But ghosts are around during the day, right? Well, Joe's program makes it so that you can investigate 24 hours and not have to worry about contamination. So, right now, I need one volunteer to come and stand next to me.
I'll do it.
Well, she's closer, guys. Come in here, darling. Yay! All right, Joe.
Okay, watch out, this light is blinding. I'm going to explain it a little bit to you all.
All right. You are going to stand right here. You're going to turn towards Joe. All right, Joe, go for it.
Okay. I worked with the Tennessee Wraith Chasers during their first time with Ghost Asylum. I worked behind the scenes helping them out. Judy introduced me to this technology MIT was working on. They got paid $16 million for this. Same stuff if you have an SLS camera. The stick figure stuff, they're the same smart kids that worked on that software. They did this stuff, this software. In the meantime, I advanced it and I made it for ghost hunting. MIT didn't do it for ghost hunting. They did it for, they claim anyways, for the medical industry, but I think it was for paranormal. It's just it was funded by the government, so it's really interesting backstory. All right, I'm going to explain it to you. It's like this beam of light. It has some of the idea to do with things are, light is invisible, and that sounds counterintuitive, right? But it is. You can't see this beam of light from the side. It's totally invisible until I put my hand there. You only see the light if it bounces off of something. So the new theory is ghosts are self-contained light. They're like this part of the light just walking around and moving around. And we can't see them because for some strange reason we can't see them. I don't know why. It's freaking light. But so what we're doing now is
We're breaking the plane.
yeah, we're telling people in so many words to put mist up in the air.
You can see the light.
Yeah, then you can see the light. It kind of gives the light a body to possess in so many words. So with this software though, you need intersecting light because it uses it as a baseline. So it subtracts all of these color numbers from the future. So what we do is do a video, and the video will take the color changes, then it'll turn everything black that doesn't, that's not interesting, and highlight stuff that moves or is interesting. So we're going to do a session here.
So what I want you to
I'll
do
show
is
you
I want
guys
you to
how
put
it
your
works.
hand up. There you go. There you are. Thank you, sir. And we are going to take a 2-minute video. And while we're doing this, I want you guys to do an EVP session, okay? We're going to catch a full body apparition. Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed. All right? So I'm going to spray, and Joe's going to record, and I want you guys to go ahead and do an EVP session, okay? Are you ready?
I'm using that as a backdrop, as
That's
a black
fine.
backdrop.
You guys want to see what Joe caught on his magical iPad? God, Joe, seriously, you're going to have to do like flashlight or something.
And then there was light.
Before I fall down.
For this session,
See the sky.
You guys, before you guys go outside and smoke a Hagigata, I just want to say thank you. You guys
Oh.
have
His
been
right eye,
fun,
nose.
and
You
I
can see his
really,
lips
really
maybe.
appreciate
Kind of have to
all
just
the
sit
energy
there.
you
Is there 2 people there?
There
So-
could be. There's
Yeah.
other stuff
Smoke
going
them
on.
if you got them and
That's
enjoy it. And I
fine.
see you
That
guys
looks like
soon
2
in the
people.
next rotation, okay?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think
You
because
guys
they
wanna
move
follow
so
time?
fast, they get
Yeah.
shot twice in the same shot.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Fam, please pause this video and drop a like on it, please. Also go to my channel and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell, go into settings and notifications, and choose how you want to receive them. For more spooky fun, join my Facebook fan page where you can post screenshots of things you captured in my videos and in other people's videos. We can do lots of interacting. I have a Twitter where I post videos and things going on in my day-to-day life, and I also have Instagram. We all love to post those pictures.